Welcome to the Generation Kids Daily Devo podcast, where we move from wonder to worship, looking for God at work in the world around us, ready to ask the tough questions and discover what His Word has to say to us. Today's episode is titled, To a Marvelous New Tomorrow, and it comes from me, Casey Taylor. I remember when they first came out, no one knew the characters. No one knew the way that their story would end or how long they would even be popular. We all just loved what we were seeing. I used to record the show on VHS tapes with the VCR and pause them at certain points to try and learn how to draw them better, because I just thought it was the best cartoon ever. They loved pizza, video games, having fun, and oh yeah, by the way, they were teens who lived in a sewer. But they weren't just any teens. They were mutants, ninjas, and also turtles. Of course, I'm talking about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and they were awesome.
The best.
I couldn't wait for a new episode to come out each week so I could see which new villain that they'd battle, or what sort of mess April O'Neil would get herself into.
Oops.
And I begged my mom to let us eat pizza when we watched it because the cartoon pizza looked so amazing.
Yummy.
And I couldn't resist the urge to want some real-life pizza of my own.
Very nice.
But as I grew up, something interesting happened. Eventually, the Ninja Turtles, as I knew it, stopped making new episodes after about 10 years. But then they just created a new version. New animation, new voices, newer versions of older characters. They just started over. Now, there wasn't anything wrong with the original version. The overall storyline just ran its course. And though I'm not sure about the actual aging of Teenage Turtles, I think by the end they were more like young adult Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Right.
And that doesn't have the same ring to it. Since then, there have been at least 3 or 4 other full versions, all with reimagined contexts, character personalities, and even animation styles. Each version gave way to another version that was trying to capture something new using something familiar. Someday, this is what God is going to do with heaven and earth.
Then I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth had passed away, and the sea was no more. And I saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from God, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a loud voice from the throne saying, Behold, the dwelling place of God is with man. He will dwell with them, and they will be his people. And God himself will be with them as their God. He will wipe away every tear from their eyes, and death shall be no more. Neither shall there be mourning, nor crying, nor pain any more, for the former things have passed away. And he who is seated on the throne said, Behold, I am making all things new. Also he said, Write this down, for these words are trustworthy and true. Revelation 21, 1-5.
He's going to make all the wrongs right, all the darkness into light. He'll wipe away every tear, and he will remake and reimagine heaven and earth. But the best news for us, he is still inviting us. We'll be in bodies that can't die, though, and we'll be cleansed and made whole. But we'll be there in the new heaven and the new earth. Like the new versions of the Ninja Turtles, it'll still be the idea of Earth, God's creation where he lives with his people. But it'll be the best version of what Earth could be, and we'll be the best versions of ourselves that we could possibly be. There won't need to be any further renewal, no reimagining or changing. We will be perfect, and the earth and heaven will be new and ready for us to inhabit with God forever. God is the best creator ever, and once he deals with sin, it will be dealt with forever. I can't wait to live in the forever story of eternity with him and all who have chosen to follow him. I hope you'll be there with me, with our other Christian brothers and sisters who are already waiting for us, and with Jesus, the one who saved you and saved a place for you, a place in the greatest story ever told. Now it's time for
Today's Big Question!
Today's big question is, what are we most looking forward to God removing or taking away as he creates the new heaven and the new earth? When we remember how sin affects our lives and the lives of those that we love, it can produce a great gratitude. Not for the bad that sin causes, but for the relief that God will provide as He makes all things new. Thanks for listening to the Generation Kids Daily Devo podcast. If you want to keep in touch with us on all our social media platforms, check out the links in the description. And if you'd like to help support us as we continue to create meaningful content for kids of all generations, please subscribe to our Patreon by visiting us at patreon.com/wearegenerationkids.